Hi all, it's Kia of Kia Comments and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a book haul, and the books that I'm hauling have been picked up from the library. Some of them have been books that I have bought over the past couple of months and I'm just getting to thinking about reading. Some of them have been borrowed. Just because these books are in a book haul does not necessarily mean that I plan to read them this month. I have quite a bit of books. However, the ones that I do read that I love or that I think are worth discussing, I'll probably do a follow-up book review on. The first set of books that I am going to talk about, well, actually they're not books, they're comics, and it is a comic that's a part of a series called Saga. This is written by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples, and it follows a pair of parents who are a part of a world where there has been a long-standing intergalactic war, and the parents are from opposing sides of this war. They have a daughter, and they are basically trying to make it through this war, raising their daughter while being chased by numerous individuals. The parents' names are Alana and Marco, and their baby's name is Hazel. This book has been, or this graphic novel has been compared to Star Wars. Some people talk about it being a Star Wars meets Game of Thrones. I have no idea what I can say about it just yet, but if it is good, I have all volumes of the Saga series, I think. Look at how beautiful the illustration is, guys. If it is awesome, I will definitely do a review on it and let you know what I think. The next book in the haul is called Small Island, and it is written by Jamaican novelist Andrea Levy. The book follows four narrators and four characters: Queenie, Hortense, Bernard, and Gilbert, and this is in 1948. Two of the characters are from Jamaica and they moved to the UK, and two of the characters are already from the UK. This book seems to deal with themes of interracial relationships and themes of what it means to come from one place and move to another and adjust. And I really like any things that I've read by Andrea Levy. Usually I've read essays by her. I don't actually really know her fiction, so I'm really excited to read this book. The next book that I'm going to discuss is by Andrea Levy also. This one is called The Long Song, and she wrote this after she wrote Small Island. Unlike Small Island, which deals with Jamaican narrators in England as well as English narrators in England, this book, set in, I think it's 1832, deals with a Jamaican narrator in Jamaica, and the British individuals in this book are in Jamaica as well. The book follows, as far as I know, an unreliable narrator who is telling the story of a female slave called July, and readers, I think, soon find that the narrator is July herself. I'm really excited to read this book for a couple of reasons. I always like reading about the Caribbean. I always like reading about the Caribbean from Caribbean narrators while the book is set in the Caribbean, and the book is written in patois. So I cannot wait. The next book that I'm going to review is called Burial Rites, and it's written by Hannah Kent. Similarly to Long Song, this book is set in the 1800s. Similarly to Long Song, this book is also narrated by a female narrator, Agnes. I don't know much about this book except for the fact that Agnes is narrating the last months of her life. She has been accused with murder on the country of Iceland, and apparently this novel is a fictionalized version of real historical events of the last execution on Iceland. So I am really excited to read about a country that I don't know anything about. I kind of like the idea of finding out whether or not, for some reason I have this feeling that maybe this narrator was wrongly accused. I don't know anything about the history, so I like the idea of finding about the real history through this fictionalized retelling. And if it is a good book, I will do a review on it. The next book on the list is a book called Delicious Foods. It's written by James Hannaham. This book, as far as I know, is a book about a mother and son who are searching for each other. The mother has been recently devastated by the loss of her husband, and that devastation has led her into a life of drugs. It becomes an addiction, and she soon loses the means and the wherewithal to take care of her son, and she follows some individuals who promise her a better job if she comes and works on a farm known as Delicious Foods. The farm, however, is not what it is meant to be, and the mother soon finds herself working basically as a slave on the farm, and her labor is supposed to cover the cost of her food, the cost of her lodgings, and of course the cost of the drugs that she and all the other individuals who work on the farm as slaves are given and fed. Simultaneous to this, her 11-year-old son is moving across the country on a search for his mother. The book I've read is narrated by the mother, the son, and the drug, which could be bad, but if done well, it could be really good. And I am hoping that it is done really well. I'm a sucker for, I guess, what some people in the literary community or some readers might call a gimmick. I do not mind if your story has a gimmick, just make it good. So I'm really interested, and I'm hoping that this is going to be an exciting read. Okay guys, I realize that I still have 6 more books to go through in this book haul, so I am going to definitely break this video up into 2 parts. So this is the last book that I will be discussing in this part of the book haul, and that is We Are Pirates by Daniel Handler. Daniel Handler is also Lemony Snicket, and I really like Lemony Snicket's children's books, so I'm hoping that his adult novel will also be as entertaining. This book definitely has an interesting and far-flung premise. The book follows Phil, a radio producer who I think is unsatisfied in his life and wants to be some kind of treasure seeker. And the book also follows Phil's daughter, Gwen, who is a teenager who just is interested in being a rebel and an outlaw. And both the parent and the child, the father and the daughter, go off to seek these kind of outrageous desires in the time in which they are born, which is the 21st century. So Phil goes out to seek this treasure hunting happiness, and Gwen goes out to become this outlaw. And simultaneously to all of this, some pirates are terrorizing the Bay Area, which is where the father and daughter live. I have no idea how Daniel Handler is going to bring this all together, but Lemony Snicket, his alter writing ego, has crazy premises and always brings it together, so hopefully this will do the same. That is it for now. Please look at the bottom for descriptions on the books that I have gone over so far, and please tune in again for the second half of my book haul. That's all. Keep writing, keep reading, keep reviewing. Bye now.